E-commerce reaching levels it hasn't released since COVID. Big changes coming to Amazon Alexa. Walmart releases a new virtual shopping environment. These stories and more on today's Weekly Buzz. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers Podcast by Helium 10. I'm your host, Bradley Sutton, and this is the show that is our Helium 10 Weekly Buzz, where we give you a rundown of all the news stories and goings on in the Walmart, Amazon, and e-commerce world. We also give you training tips of the week and let you know what new features that Helium 10 has that will give you serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the e-commerce world. Let's see what's buzzing. We've got a lot of articles today. I keep saying this, guys. It's so weird how things just come and go. Like, I remember last week, there's like 3 articles that was worth reporting on. This week, we've got about 8, 9. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. The first story is from Reuters.com, and it's entitled Target and Walmart shoppers seek home goods grocery delivery online. Now, this article was kind of talking about Walmart and Target, not too much about Amazon, but what is interesting here is that it's saying, hey, U.S. online spending experiencing a rebound spurred by high gas prices, convenient delivery options, and a surge in deals following a brief post-pandemic slump, U.S. retailers say. Now, the key stat here I wanted to bring out where it says here, e-commerce sales made up 16% of total U.S. retail sales in Q1 this year, the highest since they peaked at 16.4% when? During the height of the pandemic in 2020 Q2. So a lot of you had, super, huge sales during COVID perhaps, and maybe some of the sales slumped off afterwards. Well, this is kind of interesting. We're seeing some big numbers according to this article here. Now, Target especially says its online sales returned to growth in the Q1 after more than a year of decline. So a year, week over week, it was declining, and then finally Target had an increase. And that's probably going to keep going because of their upcoming release of Target 360. Walmart had a 22% surge in online sales last week, which exceeded the 17% growth it recorded during the strong holiday season. Now, this again is interesting because if it continues, what does that mean? That means good news for you guys. Again, this article didn't talk too much about Amazon, but if there is a general increase in online sales, you got to know that Amazon's got to be a part of it, since Amazon is, the biggest online sales channel or platform out there. So let's keep a close watch on this. Are your sales up the last few weeks? Hopefully they are. Next article is just from Seller Central, an announcement on your dashboard you might have seen. There's a Amazon, I think this might be one of the first ever, I don't remember this before, Amazon Ads Summit, especially for Prime Day. All right, so this is June 4th and June 5th, and it says here, don't miss the chance to join our Amazon Ads experts for exclusive workshops, in-depth discussions, and more. Now, the cool thing is it's almost all Amazon employees who are doing this, but if you go ahead and register for this, h10.me/prime ads, you'll notice that on the sign-up page, there's an outside expert there. There's only one outside person, and this is a guy here with the name of Bradley Sutton. So check me out, guys. I flew out to Amazon's headquarters in New York to film this, and it was pretty cool. We went over some just general strategies that sellers of all levels can learn from. So if you want to learn from the Amazon speakers and yours truly, again, go ahead and register for this. This is not a Helium 10 event. This is 100% Amazon. You can even see this in your Seller Central. Again, go to h10.me/prime ads and register for this training that's coming up. Next article is from CNBC, and it's entitled Amazon Plans to Give Alexa an AI Overhaul and a Monthly Subscription Price. Now, this hasn't been confirmed by Amazon yet, but according to this, Amazon is supposedly not going to include Alexa free of charge in Amazon Prime subscriptions anymore. And it's going to offer like a more generative AI kind of feel to it. Because, Alexa, believe it or not, is like 10 years old now. And it's kind of like almost antiquated, when you compare it to a lot of the generative AI things that you see out there. So there's no comment from Amazon on this, but it's going to be interesting to see. Why? Because how is this going to affect shopping with Alexa? We've been talking about for years how, you should probably optimize your listings for Alexa, but until now, sales from Alexa is not that great, right? And it's probably because the experience is not that intuitive, right? But if there's this huge overhaul with Amazon Alexa, it would kind of like be, go without saying that the shopping experience might be a lot easier on there. And now all of a sudden, it could be exponentially more important that you do optimize your listings for the Amazon Alexa AI, whatever it's going to be. So just something to keep your eye on. I'm not 100% sure this is going to be like a big thing for Amazon if they start charging. I mean, who knows? Like I'm not even sure I'm going to pay for it. Like if it's like $3 a month, since I have like 1 million Alexa devices in my house, sure, I'll pay $3 a month. But if they're going to be like, oh yeah, you want generative AI and it's going to be $30 a month, I might just go ahead and give up my my Alexa devices because that might not be worth it. So again, let's keep an eye on what actually goes down with this and how it's going to affect shoppers and sellers. Next article is not really an article, but from our buddy Jeff Cohen from Amazon. His LinkedIn post talked about Canva. There's going to be a new kind of like collab between Amazon and Canva so that you can seamlessly connect Canva to your Amazon Ads creative library. As we know, there's a lot of like generative AI tools where you can create images. Even Helium 10 has that in Adtomic and even in other parts of our tool suite. But it's going to be interesting to see, hey, what new features does Canva allow you to do that the generative AI couldn't? Like, for example, generative AI, the one that Amazon has, doesn't really allow you to put text on images. So if you're trying to create infographics or something like that, you really can't. You still have to go to Canva outside, right? So maybe this could all be now in one, kind of like process. You can go ahead and create infographics with text thanks to this Canva integration. Let's see how that works out. Next article is from tubefilter.com, and it's entitled TikTok Unites Ad Tools, including a new AI-driven products with TikTok One Hub. All right, so this is an appeal to advertisers, it said, where they talked about some new things coming to TikTok, including an AI-driven tool named TikTok Symphony and a marketing optimization solution for TikTok Shop. Now, this is especially going to affect those who are doubling advertising with their TikTok Shop strategy. These new improvements, this article says, will enable new opportunities for advertisers who are already seeing strong returns on TikTok. In a newsroom post recapping TikTok World, the app noted that 61% of users have made a purchase either directly on TikTok or after seeing an ad, while 79% of TikTok users show a preference for brands that demonstrate a clear understanding of how to create content specifically for the platform. So, hey, we've talked a lot about TikTok Shop. I'm not selling on TikTok Shop yet. I'm going to very soon. But let me know, those of you who are selling on TikTok, have you seen this new platform yet? And do you think it's going to help you with your advertising? Going back to Amazon Seller Central for the next article here, something entitled Brands Can Now Add Size Charts with the new self-serve tool. So, are you selling in apparel, or do you have a product that has like size variations? Well, now there's this brand new tool that you're automatically going to be enrolled in if you have brand registry. And this new size chart tool is going to have features such as existing size chart templates that can be used for new charts, the ability to apply a size chart from a single product to up to 1,000 ASINs across entire product types. So you're not having to make 1,000 different size charts anymore. You just create kind of like one template and then apply it to the rest of your products. You can also receive real-time instruction to improve your size chart accuracy. So if you want to get more information on this, go ahead and check your Seller Central dashboard. Next article is from payments.com. And I found this one interesting. It's entitled Amazon Ramps Up Logistics Expansion to Speed Delivery and Reduce Cost. Now, in the past in Weekly Buzz, we've talked various times about Amazon like downsizing their footprint as far as warehouses goes. But now it says, hey, Amazon has leased, bought, or announced plans for over 16 million square feet of new warehouse space in the US this year alone, according to this report. And this is in addition to their already over 400 million square feet of real estate. It also mentions how it says they've overhauled their domestic shipping network, shifting from a centralized network to 9 regions that are designed to operate independently. All right. Now, again, they're trying to get goods closer to consumers, enabling faster delivery times and lower cost. It says in Q4 of 2023, Amazon reported more than 65% increase in orders delivered same day or next day in the US compared to the previous year. Now, it says to support this new approach, what is Amazon doing? Well, we know what Amazon is doing, right? It says here, it's requiring itself and third-party merchants on the platform to hold inventory across multiple locations rather than in a few centralized places. Well, that's a nice way of saying that, causing Amazon sellers to pay more fees if we only send it to one or two locations as opposed to spreading it across the country. But also something interesting, it says the company's been opening inbound receiving centers, which are warehouses that are from like 600,000 to 1 million square feet to store goods across the country. All right. So they're opening up smaller warehouses in rural areas as well for last mile delivery stations. So it's going to be interesting how Amazon kind of like, expands their network. It talks about here that this is partly maybe in response to Walmart being able to fulfill through all their 4,600 stores. Right. So Amazon's like, Amazon doesn't have stores across the country as much as Walmart does. So it wants to get a little bit closer to the consumers to give faster delivery time. So again, all of this is something that's going to affect Amazon sellers. It already has. Part of this is causing us to have new fees. But then is this, faster shipping time going to cause customers to order more from us? Then maybe in the long run, this could actually help Amazon sellers. Let's see how this works out. Next article is from Axios.com. It says Amazon's big league ambitions. And just briefly, it's talking about how, Amazon might be part of this bid with like NBC to broadcast NBA basketball, professional basketball games. It talks about it has a deal with the NBA. It's been doing football, like a Thursday night football for the last few years. It's talking with a regional sports network, one that I used to watch my LA Clippers on, where they're going to try and pull it out of bankruptcy and maybe get games on Amazon. Now, this is it. Why would you care about this? Maybe you're not a sports fan like I am, right? But this is important because we all know that Amazon is really pushing sponsored TV and all these new ways for average sellers to be able to have ads on their streaming platforms. Well, live sports is another platform or another kind of like media in which you potentially might be able to run ads. And so the more deals that Amazon makes like this, the more opportunity for you to get your products in front of different audiences. Last article of the day is from retailwire.com, and it's entitled, Will Walmart Dominate Virtual Retail? All right, so this is kind of interesting. It says Walmart has launched a virtual shopping platform called Walmart Realm. All right. Now, this is an innovative marketplace, it says, that includes a unique blend of influencer-led virtual stores, and it creates an immersive shopping experience for consumers. Now, part of this is like these virtual, it says, fantastical worlds of shopping that it creates in virtual environments that allow users to interact with products, but they all also offer nostalgic online games, making the shopping process engaging and entertaining. Now, it says at the core of this at Walmart Realm, there's distinct virtual shops that are led by influencers and inspired by social trends. And for example, a few of these, one of them is called So Jelly. This is described as an underwater playground filled with vibrant colors and whimsical surprises, providing a playful shopping experience. Now, it says in addition to these themes shops, it's also going to have content from their creators, enhancing product discoverability and engagement. Now, for those watching this on YouTube, I'm just going to play this video here where you can kind of see a little bit of how this virtual world is. It's kind of wild. Like, I'm not sure if I want to shop in this kind of thing, but hey, this could be the future of online shopping, and Walmart could be a pioneer in this. I'm sure if it's successful, we'll see that coming to Amazon as well. All right, that's it for the news this week. One quick note before we go into our next feature is Carrie here at Helium 10 made a cool checklist, a printable PDF that you can use as a kind of like guideline for what you need to do to prepare for Prime Day. So in order to go and download this checklist for free, go to h10.me/prime list. h10.me/prime list, and then you can just enter in your email and we'll email you this PDF for free, help you get ready for Prime Day, which is coming in July. All right, let's get into our new feature alerts from Helium 10, and these are going to be from Adtomic. There's actually 9 different updates this week. I'm only going to mention a couple of them and then refer to some of the others. And for those of you who are using Adtomic, you can hop in there. Now, one of them is you've always been able, or not always, but for the last couple of months, you've been able to create custom rules in Adtomic so that you can kind of like help reach your own goals for your bidding. All right. Now, a lot of you guys had feedback on what you would like to see. And so now we have more than ever different criteria that you can design your own PPC rules. Like you've always been able to make it off of, hey, if my A cost is above this and below this, but now you can do it based on things like the impressions, the current bid, the conversion rate, the click-through rate, the number of PPC orders, spend, et cetera, et cetera. And then even the actions, you now have more options. Like, for example, instead of just increasing or decreasing the bid based on the criteria that you put, you can say, hey, take the cost per click and multiply it by this target A cost, right? Or multiply the current bid by this target A cost. There's a lot of new features that you guys ask for and that we now have. So if you haven't checked out the custom bid rules in Adtomic lately, make sure to hop in there and do it. Another thing that we have here in Adtomic is on the analytics page, you guys wanted to start seeing some of the Amazon metrics that we didn't have in Adtomic, such as impression rank and impression share. You're going to be able to see that now on the analytics page of your Adtomic dashboard. Now, I mentioned that that's just a couple of the new updates to Adtomic. Some of the other ones are you can add keyword harvesting and negative rules in the campaign builder. You can now sync your data on demand from Amazon to Adtomic. You're going to be able to see day parting heat maps now, and when you're creating day parting schedules. The list goes on and on. Make sure that you are up to date with everything that is in Adtomic. And if you guys haven't used Adtomic, interested in trying it out, go to h10.me/Adtomic for a demo. Now let's get into the training tip of the week. So we were at the $1 Billion Seller Summit in Kauai, Hawaii, and it was interesting that for a hack, Carrie mentioned something about doing historical analysis. Now, this is something that's not new. Like, it's been around for 2 years, and most of these, I think there's only 2 people in the room, had said they had used this before. All right. So I was like, you know what? This needs to be our training tip of the week because it's super valuable, in my opinion. One of the most valuable things that we have here at Helium 10. Now, let me set the stage here for the first use case of looking at historical data on Cerebro. And by the way, this is for those of you who have the diamond plan and up. Now, let's say you're in a seasonal niche or looking at a seasonal niche. Like right now, we are in May, June of 2024. Valentine's Day passed. And if you were to look up a certain product in Cerebro for now that was maybe a top seller for Valentine's Day, you might not be able to see too many good keywords, right? You're not going to know what were the main keywords for it during Valentine's Day because already Valentine's Day was months ago, right? Now, here's an example. Let's say I was using Helium 10 Amazon brand analytics tool in Blackbox. And I was like, hey, during February 18th to February 24th, let me look for keywords that had 2,000 search volume each, that had the word Valentine's in it, and that got some sales. And I could see a whole bunch of keywords here, such as Valentine's Day decorations, men's Valentine's gifts, etc. And then here's one. Maybe I'm interested in Valentine's Day candy. And for that week of February, right before Valentine's Day, I see that the number one purchase product or the number one click product was this Reese's Milk Chocolate Peanut Butter. All right. Now, if I look at on Amazon now that product here in May and June, I can see that this product isn't even in stock. There's not even a buy box here. All right. So if I actually ran it in Cerebro right now, and I was like, hey, what keywords is this product ranking in the top 10 for? As you guys can see what I've done here, for search volume of 500 or more, look what comes up. 0. There's no keywords that come up for it, right? So it's like, if I want to get ready for next year for Valentine's Day and I want to really, do well with a Valentine's Day candy or something, I'm kind of like not, able to see what keywords do I need to put in my listing. I don't want to wait until February to actually see, But then this is where the historical Cerebro comes. All I have to do is hit this button right here called Show Historical Trend. And then I want to go back to February, right? First of all, I can see here, and if I hit the Show Historical Trend, I'm going to be able to see the history of how many keywords month by month that this product has been ranking for. And then when I actually go into February of 2024, I do that same exact search. Hey, what were the keywords that had 500 search volume, whereas ranked between 1 and 10? And now I see over 10 keywords here, all right? Like, for example, Reese's Hearts or Valentine's Day Candy, 2,000 search volume. Valentine's Treats, 20,000 search volume during February. That keyword was nowhere to be found right now because nobody's searching Valentine's treats, right? If you're searching Valentine's treats in May and June, you got some relationship problems probably. So this is the first way in which you can do this. Looking at seasonal products, take a time machine in Cerebro to go back and look at when that product was really at its peak in its season. What keywords was it getting sales from? And now, maybe come the end of this year, November, December, the search volume for those Valentine's Day keywords is still low. That's when I want to get my product maybe in stock and start ranking for those keywords. And then come February, everybody's going to try and play catch up to figure out what's the main keywords. I'm already on page 1 for all what are the best keywords for that product in Valentine's Day. All right, so that's use case number 1. Here's use case number 2. Let's say that you are checking out your competitor. Like right here is a rival coffin shelf. This coffin shelf is actually the Amazon's choice for coffin shelf right now, not the Helium 10 one. And I'm looking here at the BSR chart history, all right? So I can see with this Helium 10 BSR chart, looking at last year's, I can see that, wow, look at this. Like in December, the sales were pretty okay, especially in the middle of December, right? Look at this BSR of less than 100,000 sometimes. But then look what happens in January. They've got like 200,000 BSR. So the sales really went down when you look at December of last year to January of this year. So again, let's look at their Cerebro, right? So I just run Cerebro on them, and I can do that with one click. I just hit keywords right here on their product page. And sure, I can see where they're ranking for right now. But what I want to do is hit the Show Historical Trend, and then I'm going to open up in 2 windows. Hey, what were the keywords that it was getting sales from in December compared to January? So for example, here I opened up their December keywords. That's when their sales were popping, right? And I just did a filter of, hey, what were the keywords that had 1,000 search volume where it was ranking in the top 10? You can see there's 10 keywords that it was getting sales from right here in December. Now in another window, I'm going to run the historical trend again and take that time machine. I just took the time machine to December of last year. Let's take that time machine to January of this year. Remember, that was the month that I saw they had low sales. And look at this. There's only 6 keywords that hit that criteria of 1,000 search volume, organic rank 1 through 10. So now what is the next step? Well, the next step is, all right, where were the keywords where they maybe lost their rank? I could see here coffin bookshelf is on both lists. So they kept their rank right there. But look at this keyword here, emo decor, 1,000 search volume, they're organic rank 2. Look, when I hit January, they aren't even in the picture for emo decor, right? Look at this keyword, Gothic shelves, 1,100 search volume. They're organic rank 4. Oh, Gothic shelves right here. They're still organic rank 6, so that's not a good example. Here's another keyword here, Gothic bookshelf, 1,000 search volume. They're page 1, position 3 during December, but in January, they were no longer there in the top 10 for that keyword. So now all of a sudden, I have a picture of my competitor, or this could have been my product, right? If I notice a big drop in sales, and now I know like, oh shoot, this product lost sales because they lost rank on these certain keywords. I can do this the opposite way. What if I saw a month where sales increased a lot? Well, I'm going to look at the previous month and say, hey, what keywords did it all of a sudden hop into the top 10? And now I know, wow, these are keywords that are money driving keywords because there's a direct correlation with them getting in the top 10 with their sales increasing. So there's so much possibility that you can do with this, guys. This is like probably one of the top 3 features, if not top 2 in the entirety of Helium 10. And a lot of you are sleeping on it. So if you've got the Diamond plan, this used to be a Helium 10 Elite only. And I was like, man, this is too valuable, even for Helium 10 Elite. Like I would pay Helium 10 Elite just to get this. And then we moved it down, like we always do with everything, down to the next plan. And now it's it's available even if you have Diamond. So guys, if you have Diamond, you got to be taking advantage of this. If you don't have Diamond, this, in my opinion, pays for itself. This one feature is like what Diamond should be, like that makes Diamond worth it for me. I would pay double just for this feature. That's how valuable this is. So guys, make sure to make use of Cerebro historical trends. All right, that's it for the news and features and training of this week. We'll see you next week to see what's buzzing.